Mama Joyce's cornbread dressing is the real deal when it comes to Southern holiday flavors. This made-from-scratch recipe is perfect for your Thanksgiving and Christmas gatherings. In my family, we've enjoyed this dressing for years, and it all starts with Grandma Frazier's cornbread recipe, which you can find in another video. And Mama Joyce is back again to show us step-by-step how to make this classic dish. So let's go.
Where I'm from, there's a difference between dressing and stuffing. Traditionally, stuffing is cooked inside the bird, while dressing is baked separately in a dish. But in my family, dressing means cornbread dressing, which has its own distinct flavor. I love them both, but today we're making dressing. So Mom, how do we get started?
You'll have to start by preparing Grandma Frazier's Southern cornbread in advance. And when I say in advance, that means 2 or 3 days before, 2 weeks. It could be a month. Put it in the freezer because you want this to be old cornbread. You want it to be old. And that's the basis for this dressing because it adds that unmistakable Southern taste. Next, prep your vegetables. Chop up your celery, sweet onion, and green bell pepper. Then, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit so that it's ready to go. While the oven is heating, crumble the cornbread into a large bowl. You want it to be in small pieces, but not so fine that it turns to dust. The varied textures give the dressing a nice little bite. So go ahead and add the torn hamburger buns. Just like your cornbread, you want the torn hamburger buns to be old. By old, I mean hamburger buns that you're about to throw away, but go ahead and put them in the freezer. Then if you have bread that you're about to throw away or anything, put it in the freezer. Old and stale. That's good bread for dressing. Now, mix all that up and combine it together. Next, in a skillet over medium heat, melt your butter. Then add your celery, onion, and green pepper. Sauté until softened and the onions are translucent. This step is key for layering in flavor, so take your time right here. Then let it cool slightly. Once the veggies are cooked, add them to the cornbread mixture along with your eggs, half a cup of melted butter, fresh sage, and poultry season. Give it all a great mix. It's gonna be fire! Now, let's moisten the dressing to create that tender and flavorful texture. Gradually add the turkey drippings, or a mixture of drippings and broth if you don't have enough drippings. Start with about 3 cups. Mix until the dressing is moist but not overly wet. It should hold together but not be soupy. Add more liquid if necessary, and let the mixture sit for a minute so it has time to soak up the liquid. Now, let's build up our seasonings. Add browning sauce for richer color and flavor. Then taste the dressing mixture and add seasoning salt, pepper, and celery salt only as needed. If using turkey drippings from that delicious turkey you cook, this step may not be necessary. It's time to bake the dressing. Finally, pour the mixture into a greased baking dish, spread evenly. Cover with foil and bake for 30 minutes. Then uncover and bake for an additional 15 to 20 minutes, or until the top is golden and the dressing is set. If cooking ahead, you can bake for 30 minutes, then freeze. When you're ready to serve, reheat until golden brown. After that, I guarantee it's gonna be fire.
What's the hardest thing about making this dressing?
The taste testing, because you'll have your idea of how you want it to taste, and you'll maybe add a little bit more here. But it's the tasting so you can have the flavor that you would like.
When you're doing your taste testing, what are you trying to identify as you're tasting it?
You know, that's a good question, because really I'm trying to identify, brings back memories. I'm trying to identify the taste that I had when my mother was cooking the dressing. That's it.
Like I said before, this is really part of my holiday season. If I don't have this dressing, then it's just not a complete holiday for me. Thanks, Mom, for showing us how to make this recipe.
You're welcome.
And that's it, folks. That's Mama Joyce's cornbread dressing. This recipe, like I said, is a family favorite, passed down and preserved with love. And if you enjoyed this video, we have some other soul food dishes, including mustard greens, fried chicken, and of course, Grandma's cornbread. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.